Hello, everyone. I am Erica,
I'm Drea.
and welcome to Book and Sip, or welcome back to Book and Sip, where we read some books and take some sips. And right now, we're sipping on something to wake us up.
Oh, yes.
Oh yes, if you follow us on Instagram, you got to see Miss Freak Spice over here shake her groove thing on stage. At that, you
And
go,
my boo
girl.
here with
Oh,
me
she
on
got him. She got him. There he is. There he is, Daddy Sloth. Daddy Sloth, right there.
camera.
I'm gonna have to put a short video in of Dre getting it on. I loved it. It was great. Bingo Loco, guys. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend.
Bingo Loco Team D. Yes. Yes. It was a great
Highly
time.
recommend. Shout out to Bingo Loco. It was fantastic. So much fun.
Indeed.
So I'm just sipping on coffee, guys. I'm just sipping on coffee.
I'm going back to my roots.
It's
I'm drinking on the Kool-Aid.
too
in
late.
my
So we have coffee.
in my heart Dunkin' cup so that I am at least in the genre of love
See,
for
and I'm jealous. I haven't had Kool-Aid in so long. Did you make it yourself or did you buy it?
No, I made it myself. So I went to this chicken place, which if you ever can find your way down here, there's some good places. And they had this Kool-Aid and it was phenomenal. So
Was it
now I'm
Henderson's
Kool-Aid
chicken?
king. No,
No.
no. It's this little place. I'll give them a shout out. It's a little place in Mansfield that my bestie Kenya sent me to. It was called Two Neighbors. And
Okay.
oh my God, that fried fish, it was good. It was very,
See.
very
So now the real question is, how many cups of sugar do you put in your Kool-Aid?
I just made one packet, and so I used
Okay,
a
how
cup and
many
a
cups
half.
of sugar do you put for one pack?
I just used a cup and a half, and it's not sweet enough. So we just
See,
have to.
you're supposed to pour it until the spirit tells you that's enough.
Yeah, I've been measuring because I'm trying, and that's what they did. Now my
That's it.
mom makes a Kool-Aid drink. It's got the tropical punch Kool-Aid, the pineapple juice, some other stuff, and then right before you serve it, you put some ginger ale or Sprite in it to make it fizzy, and it is so good.
See, we're going to do that on our next one.
Yes,
Some Kool-Aid drink.
yes.
That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. Especially since we'll get into this later. But yes, I think we could use something tropical. Okay. So we're on chapter 8 of our dark romance. Um, we did not get to finish our game due to an urgent phone call, and Alessandro had to leave. I was upset about that. Y'all on the couch, y'all doing y'all thing, and a phone call. In his defense, though, he said F that call. He did say it. He was like, F this call. I don't care. They can call me back later. It was her that was like, you should probably answer.
Yeah,
You should
I mean,
probably answer the phone call.
She's running from she's running from that dig.
Yes, yes, because she
She's
was gonna
running.
give in.
Yeah.
She was gonna give in. And I'm not gonna lie, I low key hate that we are still playing this stupid game.
I
Okay,
well,
let it go. Let it go.
at this point, I was like, what are we doing? But as
Really?
yeah, I mean, at this point, I was like, I don't know, well, I didn't like the whole concept that I'm flying over here, I mean, but this is a dark
It's
romance,
a
so
dark
here I am
romance.
thinking this guy should just come knock on my door and be like, "Look at me, darling, I'm so much better. You made me feel good. Come away with me. I have all this money. Come save me." And he's like going through some attorney to make her sign some contract.
Yes.
It just doesn't fit well with me. But
But we
since
have to
we
remember
know what's
dark
coming,
we have to remember dark romance, and it is. I'm feeling like me and Andre are just not dark romance people.
I
It's
think
not
I'm
sitting
not.
right in my soul.
It's not. It's like
Okay, so Alessandro did come back that night and decided he was gonna finish, but what do we call her? Elsie? Ellis?
Elise.
Elise. Elise did not. Now, this has happened more than once, and my thought is, okay, are you going to sleep with in sticky mess? Because this has happened more than once throughout
That's where
the.
your mind was.
That's where it was. Like you finished. You finished on the mattress or on me. Am I just? I'm not gonna go to sleep like that. That's where my mind went. You finished on
I,
my leg.
however, was
Or,
mad. I was mad because I'm like, dude, that's twice you done got off, and I haven't got nothing for me.
Okay, I was mad about that, but like I said, my side note was, did they just go to sleep covered in love juice?
Probably. They listen.
Gross.
Hygiene is a cultural thing.
It, it is, but that in particular, I couldn't sleep like that. I could not. I
It's
could not sleep
culture.
sticky. I
Yeah,
couldn't
well,
sleep sticky. And then the mattress is sticky, and then I'm waking up and now it's dry and crusty on me. No, I gotta no. Mm-mm. And the fact that it's happened so many times, is that normal? Do people do that? You don't have to comment that if you don't want to, but if you're brave enough to comment, let me know. No judge, kind of judgment. No judgment if you sleep like that. You're silent.
I don't look. I don't. It's been so. I don't know how I sleep. Uh,
So Elise decides she needs answers and asks again, what was her reason for being there? Alessandra told her, I need you to be my wife to form an alliance due to the position of her grandmother. So her grandmother was, I don't know if she was top dog.
I'm gonna tell
Uh,
you, just so everybody knows, this thing right here
this
is
the
my biggest issue with this story. I don't know how we got here. I don't know what the deal was. I just none of this is making sense to me. It's gonna have to
and
be a lot of explaining.
and I feel like there's so many more secrets that I'm letting
The
this go
math
for
ain't
now.
mathing. The math is not
Okay,
math.
so chapter 9. Elise is related to a group called the Gravianos. Her mother left her after she was born and has since passed away. Alessandro offers her a deal, cooperate for 2 years, then we divorce and I set you free, which I don't believe him, if I'm being honest. And Alessandro was already nice enough to pick a date to pick a date, a venue for their wedding, and has also scheduled her to meet her grandfather. A lot happened in chapter 9. Although, and I wrote it down because I didn't want to put all this in the notes, it bothered me that his response to this whole thing of he said he told Stefano to put the pressure on her. And when she asked why, he was like, "Oh, I just needed you desperate so you would take the deal." I was like, this marriage you're wanting is already off to a rocky start, and the fact that you essentially told these dudes to come after me harder so I would be desperate, it's not sitting right with me.
I mean, I told you that whole thing has me angry. I don't like it. He's she can't leave. She's
No.
hostage. He's seducing her for because this just came out. So all of this
Yes.
beforehand was seducing, and you knew what
Yes.
you were doing here. Um, there's a grandmother that was in the thing. There's a granddaddy. Okay, why haven't I met the grandfather already? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what
Yes.
we're doing. Like this whole thing is giving me the icks. I don't like it.
So no, we have not met the granddad as of now. Mikey's not dead. We did learn this
Yeah,
in chapter 9. He's
yeah,
not
we
dead.
did. We
He
did. But he
he
ain't got no
can't
more
do
hands.
anything anymore.
He ain't got no more hands.
He ain't got no more
And
hands.
the way that they were saying Mikey likes to touch the young girls, Mikey should have been
Right.
already
He
6
don't
feet under.
he
So I
don't need
don't
no
feel bad for
hands.
Mikey.
No, I don't. I don't. Although I did find it funny that he did everything he said he was gonna do. Like he told her. Told you I was gonna do. I burned his hands, chopped one off with an axe, and beat the other one with a hammer. Just like I told you. I was like, oh, okay. Mixed feelings about that one, but okay. All right. So, Alessandro explains that if Elise does not marry him, she will be forced to marry someone else because her granddad knows that she exists. Which, to your point, because she was like, he only knows because of you, and he was like, well, he would have found out anyways.
No, I
And it's
don't believe it.
like you said, after 32 years, how? How would
Well,
he
he
have
found
found
me
out?
by now. And
So
I mean, this whole bubble just doesn't make any sense to me. I can't figure out how these guys in New York, um, somehow this guy got in debt. He had a daughter. They knew she would somehow end up in medical school, and then they'd be able to. I think the story kind of hints at that they had something to do with the dad's accident, and that's why he's
yes,
in the coma. And so that they would try to kill him and then hold his lifeless body over the daughter by making her work for like this whole it's too many plot holes for me.
it is, and I'm trying to construct them, but I can't because of the wording. Um, he did, she did say that her dad borrowed money for her to go to medical school, but it didn't say that they knew that that was the reason why he was borrowing money.
Hmm.
But yes, he said he borrowed money again from them to help pay for the medical school. Yes. All right, so we're in Paris. Um, she's trying to plot her escape, only to find out that now she has bodyguards who don't speak English at all. Alessandro warns her that he has many enemies and they're now your enemies. So she needs
Okay,
to be
so
careful.
so I went from just having to get woke up in the middle of the night helping people that I don't want to help and
Hmm.
losing my job to now being the target of people wanting to kill me
Yeah.
and becoming the property of some family I've never met.
Yep.
Sir, I should let you die. What are we doing? Where's the what benefit has she gotten from all of this?
Besides a whole new wardrobe, not much. Not much. No. And I'm waiting on that. And then randomly he admits that the tattoo on his wrist was not a drunken accident. I got it because I feel like you're my good luck charm. When she's like, "Oh, that's so sweet." I'm like, that still doesn't excuse any of this. Any of this. But I'm assuming, and see, I'll have to read a second dark romance. I'm assuming this is the the way dark romances are played. None of it is right, but you're falling for him anyways. I'm assuming that's how dark romances work, based on the uh different ways I've read them. Like when I hear about the different books that y'all like Lights Out and the Stalker ones, and yes, they know this is wrong, but they're still like, oh, but he's so cute
Oh yeah, but he is so cute. Story of my
and
life.
he's so rich and he buys me nice things and I haven't been hit yet. So,
Winner.
yay. All right. So Elise was dropped off at the flat in Paris. She's trying on dresses while Alessandro runs errands, quote unquote. Elise begins feeling excited and despair over a forced marriage while trying on the dresses until she gets a call that she was needed. She shows up thinking that's going to be Alessandro who needs help, but it's one of his associates and he is nowhere to be found for 2 days. So he's just gone. She saves him. It's just a bullet wound in his arm and there's more materials there than what was there before. And Alessandro finally returns only to be covered in blood and at least thoroughly examines him, which I was like, I don't know why this part kind of I didn't care for it.
The shower scene?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Um, I
Why?
I actually like the shower scene,
Did you?
but but because I don't like this concept, it irks me because I'm like, why do I give a damn? You kidnapped me. You will not let me go.
And I think that's what
I just
bothered
don't want to
me.
be held against my will.
Yes. So I was like, I mean, the shower scene itself, it seemed sweet-ish.
Ish. Yeah.
That's why I'm like, okay,
Sweet-ish. Perfect. Yep.
I'm
Ish.
I'm his physician, so I'm gonna examine and make sure this really is. I was like, that's a solid point because it could be his blood. We don't really know. And then it turned into this. we're looking at each other so sweetly and deeply. I'm like, yeah, this would be super sweet if not for the fact that I'm being held
You're a
hostage.
hostage. That's it.
So now
Even if
all,
you weren't a hostage, it would be
and I'm
super
trying to
sweet.
get in the mindset of a dark romance, but now all of the intimate scenes, I'm like, they're tainted. But I guess that's what makes it dark.
Some of you ladies and your reading choices. I don't know. I do. I think I may not be built for the darks.
I was like, I need like a gray romance.
I think this is a gray.
Is it? Like, we don't have a okay, maybe a light gray. Like maybe there's something slightly higher than this, where the character is not so because he's referred to as a morally gray character. I'm like, what's morally gray about this? He's gray. He's black.
I don't know. Um,
Like when I think morally gray, I think more of okay, you hit on my girl and then I punched you in the face. I would consider that morally gray. No, this one is you hit on my girl and I took your hands.
okay, you should read Blackbird and Butcher.
I've heard a lot about that one.
Yes.
And see,
Um,
honestly, I think I would be more okay with that one than this because
I think you
both the
will be because
characters
it
are crazy.
doesn't have any of this. It is more like you flirt with my girl, I'm gonna punch you in the face and
And
worse. But
yeah, but the main thing is both the
the girl is
characters are crazy.
consenting to these things.
Yes, she's
Yes.
crazy, he's crazy. I can handle that. But this one,
Yes.
it's almost like he's crazy and she's not.
Yes.
If they were both crazy, that'd be fine. Even I would even be okay if she was already deeply involved in the mafia, like she knew she was a Graviano. She
Okay.
knew she had to be married off, and he accepted, and they found love in the midst of this. I would be totally okay with that.
Yeah. Okay.
I said,
I'm
but
with
this
it.
is just, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're trying, guys. Okay, we're trying. Don't
We're
get me
trying.
wrong. It's a decent story.
Yeah, it's a decent.
Maybe.
So I'm gonna give a shout out to two of my other Instagram people that I follow. One, because we are doing the thing that she says she doesn't do. And I think it is true. And normally we don't do this, but this is just a hard pill for us to swallow for what this maybe this is one of our triggers. I don't know. Because I'm not a person that believes in triggers, but and maybe that's what this is for us. And it's one of those things like it's great to just blindly read the book. Don't ask any questions. I just said whatever the author said, I'm with it. And that is one of the greatest reasons people read fiction books because you just go with it. You just accept whatever it is on the paper
Yes.
and you fall into the story and you don't ask any questions and you just eat what they put on the plate. And we're here having this podcast because we're totally dissecting the meal.
Yes.
But it is out of love. It is a great. I mean, we like it. We're criticizing, but we like it.
And I mean, this and and like I said, this is why she's with me on this because she also likes to dissect. I do the same thing with movies, not to the degree that some of y'all do it, but
Yeah.
I still remember my first time watching Star Wars, and I was like, well,
You're gonna get a
why does he want to
fight.
destroy the world? Why is he on the
You're
dark
gonna
side?
fight.
Why is he like this? And I'm like, well, and they're like, well, you have to watch the second and third movie, and I'm like, well, why didn't they put that at the beginning? Why am I finding this
Oh,
out at the end? This doesn't make any sense.
she said it, folks. I didn't have anything to do with this. All you Star Wars people do not come for me.
Sorry, Star Wars people. This should
There's
have been in proper order. This movie wrecked my brain with all questions.
I
Okay.
don't have anything to do with this. I not to
Now,
mention that I
I
buy
will
it. In fact,
say,
I'm a Trekkie anyway, but I didn't have it.
I
I
am
didn't say I
too.
did not
I
bash
am
the
too.
wars.
I'm a Trekkie, but I have a friend who is all Star Wars, and he bought the movies, and we watched them, and I was like, I wish this was in order. And his reasoning was, well, they did this one first to make sure people liked it, and then they made the other two. I'm
And they
like,
made the other ones. Yeah. I have
so
them all. I have them all, but
I have them on too, and I just
I'm not saying a word.
now I will say, and see, now we're getting off topic.
Here we
When I
are.
watched them in order, they were good. Okay, back.
Okay.
I digress.
All
I
right.
digress. Chapter 12. So Alessandro explained briefly what had transpired the night of his disappearance before she fell asleep again, because they had their little shower quickie. She was tired. Apparently, she was super stressed that she hadn't seen him in 2 days, which I can understand because if he didn't come back, then what? Honestly, then what?
Then what indeed?
Uh, Milana, she is quickly becoming my favorite character.
The housekeeper.
The housekeeper is becoming my favorite character. She was nice enough to tell Alessandro's story, and they formed a quick friendship. Milana gave her guidance on how to navigate the upcoming ball. And I will say this, it bothered me that she kind of threw her under the bus. And when they got to the ball, she was like, well, I have to look good and for all the political people, all your business partners. And he's like, how do you know about this? Oh, Milana told me that I'll be meeting your business partners. And he's like, what? And then he's like, what else did she tell you? I was like, why'd you even bring her up? You could have said
Right.
nothing.
Nothing at all.
You about to get this poor woman killed.
Right.
And then you tried to backtrack. Well, I approached her, you know, and yeah, it's like, you are not a good companion. You are not good. You're one first friend, and you about to ruin it.
Yep.
You about to ruin it. So she was told to observe how deals were made and be wary of someone named Rizzo, who was apparently Alessandro's step sister, and as we're kind of inferring, is probably the blonde who owns the red bra that she found a couple chapters back.
In his bedroom and shower though? Because I was just about to bring that up. Are we just gonna act like we never saw a red bra and blonde hair in your shower?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
what's
we
what we're gonna
are.
act like? Okay,
That's what
all
we're gonna
right,
act like. We're gonna act like we did not see it
all
because
right,
in her mind, it doesn't matter because we don't even really love each other. He can he can be with whatever blonde bimbo he wants. I
all
feel like
right.
that's only gonna go so far though.
Especially considering he said if I catch you with somebody, it's a dead somebody.
Yes. What's this bra then, sir? Huh?
Yeah,
Who
exactly.
who
These
who do I
blonde
have to cut
hairs,
up now?
these blonde hairs that are right here. Can we talk about this? You brought me all the way over here and you gallivanting chickies out of this little house. Mm-mm.
Yes, yes. Mm-mm. And whoever the housekeeper is, shame on you. You should clean this
Shame on
better.
you because you ain't been cleaning. Exactly.
Right? That was my thing. Okay, who? No one cleaned this house? Y'all got bras and hair all over the place? Gross. Thought you were rich. You can't afford a decent housekeeper?
We're gonna cut your pay, ma'am, because you're not doing the job.
No, no. Oh my gosh. Okay, so
That's
no, I'm
hilarious.
joking. Chapter 13. So Elise and Alessandro, they mingle at the ball and she's introduced to everyone as Alessandro's fiance. Um, I don't have deep roots in my career where it's associated with my identity like it is for her, but I can tell that she really felt some kind of way when they're like, "Oh, you're a doctor. That's so cool. Where do you practice at?" And she's like, "Well, nowhere." And they're like, "Oh, so you're nothing but a loser now."
Right. I mean, but anybody that knows that has invested in their craft,
Yeah.
that especially something like medicine, if you don't keep up, you lose it. And it's easy to
Yes.
say I'm something. Yeah, I have my medical degree. I'm a doctor. Oh, that's great. And then, but I haven't seen patients in 40 years. You ain't
Yes.
no doctor.
Like it changes so quickly.
So quickly.
It changes so quickly. There's new medicines and new developments, and he's over here in 2 years. You can do it again. Forget everything in 2 years.
Yeah.
So honestly, this would have bothered me too to just be seen as essentially a trophy wife at this point.
Yep.
That's eye candy.
Yep.
So she is learning Italian. So she's kind of picking up on people's conversation. She learns about someone's illness in the family. She also learns about Alessandro's involvement in the cartel, thanks to her minor knowledge in Italian. Which props to her that she's picking up these little things.
Yep.
And what has she been studying Italian for what, a week?
A week or two. Yeah.
But then again, it is very close to Spanish. And I'm told if you can learn Latin, you can really learn any language
Yeah.
because all the root words are similar. Fun fact. All right. Elise has met Valentina Rizzo, who stops her from running away and gives her some backhanded compliments. I feel like backhanded compliments are the worst type of like I have received backhanded compliments and I really never know what to say to those.
There's nothing you can say.
There's nothing to say.
It's intended to be rude. So it's either you're going to meet it with rudeness or you're going to act like you're going to take it for the compliment it wasn't.
And I'm just like, really? That's okay. Fine. Just whatever. But yes, we hit her with the backhanded compliments. Alessandro finds out that she tried to run away and explains why they need to be a team, even though we're not a team because I'm forced here.
Yes.
Still don't understand about that.
And it's so funny. I will say the thing about this writer and her style is that I started to feel bad for Alessandro at this talk. I was like, yeah, Lise, why you running?
So when he explained the reasoning, I was like, "Oh man, that does look bad. You can't control your woman. How you gonna control an empire? Shame on you."
Shame on you.
And I'm like, wait a minute, no, no. Shame on you, Alessandro. You can't be."
That's it. Because at the first I was like, girl, run. What are you doing? Go. You taking too long. Terrible.
So,
Terrible.
and I feel like as we get deeper in the book, we're gonna start getting those mixed feelings too, and it's gonna be odd. It's gonna be odd. All right, chapter 14. She agrees to stay under the condition that Alessandro will reveal his secrets. Now, a few chapters back, he told her, which I'm not sure if she remembers this or not, but he told her, I don't want to tell you anything because the more you know, the less you can leave. You cannot leave once you know everything. You just can't. You're stuck for life. I'm trying to give you an out. You said you want a divorce. I hope you don't want a divorce 2 years. But once I tell you all the ins and out, you can't go no more. So I don't know what she and I get her wanting to know because she did say if I had known that this was the case when meeting your stepsister, I could have handled this differently. But I did not know that she didn't want us to get married. I did not know that I was being judged like this. I mean, she apologized and everything, but dude, give me a heads up.
I mean, I don't know that first of all, did she know this? She didn't know the sister was going to be there. There's like no communication. So this
No,
isn't
Milana
like
told her.
if I tell you information, then you can't leave. I'm not asking to know who's the bookkeeper and how you're hiding the
Yeah.
money. I'm not asking to know that, but I wanted to know that, okay, this is a very important thing. I've got my business people here. My family's going to be here. Be on your best behavior.
No, Milana did tell her, you need to look out for this lady, Valentina Rizzo.
What did she
She
look like?
is,
Was there a description?
yeah, she told her.
Oh, I
She
missed
told
that.
her the description. And she said, I'll keep a lookout for her. And she goes, you don't have to. She's going to find you.
And the bad part is, I guess if I'm in the bathroom, I'm not looking for
Yeah. So she said,
somebody to
don't
be
worry.
hiding out in the stall.
She said, don't worry about finding her. She will find you. And and like I said, I don't think she's listening. Milan told her, Milana, Miliana, Milana. She said, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. She she may have said it subtly, but she told her this is going to be an enemy. And then even Alessandra told her after all this, she's an enemy. I'm just gonna come out and say it. She's not our friend. Because you didn't understand it, apparently. So she's a doctor. I'm gonna need her to be just a spit smarter. She's missing a lot of cues. So congratulations, Andrea. You got what you wanted in this book, apparently. Because after the agreement, Alessandra states that you made me look bad. You made me look weak in front of my men. And now you need to be punished. Now you need to be punished. And she was very much punished. So, unintentionally, we found our BDSM book. We did not know that this was going to be in it, but here we are.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say my feelings on it. I'm not gonna say
Okay.
my feelings on it.
Why were you that turned on, Erica?
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
Okay.
That is my that is my okay, what were your feelings on this?
I mean, I feel like it was just enough. Like we've heard there's some horror stories of things going up
Yes.
too much. I feel like this was just enough for me because that is not my kink. I don't kink shame, but it is not my kink, and I think that it was just enough.
So if this was offered, you would be okay with this minimal amount. Like you could not go no further than
I
this.
say now, listen, I did, me and Senator Booker, we don't discuss what we do, but but no, it wasn't too much. You have to do a lot of we'd have to have a lot of discussions because what you ain't finna do is you ain't finna put me to something I can't get up. I cannot be tied down. I have to really trust you.
And I think that's the biggest thing. Do I trust you enough to be unable to move? She was still able to move.
Yeah, but unable to get up.
Unable to get up? Yeah.
I need to be able to, I need to trust that when I say banana or fig Newton, whatever our word is, you're gonna let me go.
And I think the worst thing was he gave her a word in Italian when my Italian is rough. I'm not gonna remember that.
Right, that's all right. I'm like, who gonna put a
I need, I need an English
Hold on.
word.
No. I need an English word.
Okay.
Indeed.
Or a Spanish word. Give me a Spanish word. I can't don't give me something in a language I can't. I'm gonna forget. I'm gonna
I'm
forget
gonna forget.
what it was. And
That's
I'll be in
it.
trouble. I'll be
That's
in
it.
trouble. Wait a minute, what was the same word again? Stop. Slow down.
That's it. That's it. Abracadabra.
Now I will say and maybe this just made him feel better doing it this way. I feel like this should have been a real conversation. But in the midst of the punishment, then we're gonna explain about the cartel and Rizzo. I'm like, we probably
These
should have
are
had this
people.
conversation normally, not when I couldn't focus.
Yeah, these people are weird.
They are. And we're still playing this we're not having sex game, which honestly, it's starting to irritate me. Not that I want it to happen, but
Yeah, you do. You want it to happen, you little
y'all
kinky
too
lady.
grown for this. Okay. My gosh. The
Now what's
everything
too
but,
grown?
y'all are taking the everything but too far. Okay.
Everything but too far. Okay. I mean, listen,
We've
I have
already
someone,
rubbed it together.
she's a doctor. She's taking her time.
We've already rubbed bits together. We've already rubbed bits together. How much more time do we need?
Mm-hmm.
This is just pure ego at this point. Pure ego. Anyways, okay. So we're starting to become scared of the overwhelming attraction she is feeling, and it's because you're not having sex. That's what that is. Y'all are doing everything but. I feel like this whole addiction thing is strictly that. My personal
Really?
opinion.
What if it could get worse if you have sex though?
That's if he's as good as he says he is.
Oh, I believe Alessandro is.
Well, then again, it's the book boyfriend. They're always good. I've never
They're
seen
always
one where
good.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
everyone.
okay. That's what I need to see. I need to see a book where the book boyfriend is bad at something.
Not that though. It won't be the book boyfriend.
I was like, you're right. Then he wouldn't be the book boyfriend. Okay. So she asks Alessandro who in his family is ill. He tells her after proposing, and she says yes. Alessandro reveals that it is his father who has cancer, which is why he's going through all this. And that's that's kind of where we ended at. But he did end with he's gonna try and sweep her off her feet by taking her out into Paris and showing that he can be a hopeless romantic too.
Maybe
Now I will say I'm a hopeless romantic, so I'm super excited about this.
he kidnapped that lady.
That's all we can say about this. He kidnapped her. He kidnapped her.
He kidnapped her. He's holding her hostage.
Okay, so We have did 8 through 15. We didn't end on a weird cliffhanger, so we're doing 16 through 23 by May 30th. We're almost to the end. Guys, there is a part 2 to this book, so please don't come at us about the ending. There's a part 2. And read it, don't read it. I'm probably going to read it because I can't just leave it like it is if it ends in a cliffhanger. And maybe we'll come back and just kind of discuss the book as a whole instead of in pieces. So that's where I'm thinking right now. That's where my mind is as of this moment. All right, guys, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe.
Indeed, let me get my one. Okay, I'm gonna save my guy that I've fallen in love with. I'm gonna save
Oh,
him. I'm gonna give a shout out to my um, her name is Britt and her books. So follow her on Instagram. And she's the lady that does certain things, but she does talk about how those of us who are so into people's writing and following the plot holes and do all that, it could be a plot hole as big as a building. And she'd be like, I'm just reading the book. I'm just enjoying the book. Just enjoy. That's just, we will do that. And we do. We enjoy the book, but we're here to
so we
break it
got
down.
both sides. We have one who dissects and one who just is in it to win it.
Yes.
In it to win it. You guys decide which one, which that's you know what, that's your comment. Comment down below. Are you a in it to win it? I just want to read the story, or are you a I'm gonna dissect everything? Let us know below. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time, hopefully with a darker drink.